Stefan, a fantastic question and one that a lot of people on social media and wildlife photography should be asking themselves is the management of your profile online and which platforms to use for what. Now, just to remind me here, it's manage different social media platforms. How do you manage it? You know where it is. And someone asked me this in the past as well, is what is your secret to all the followers and the engagement and all that kind of stuff? There is no secret. How do you manage it? Good, solid, hard work. There it is. A lot of people, and that's why, I'm happy to give any advice on social media and how we do what we do, because you know what? Most of you won't do it because it's hard work. It sounds horrible, but that's what it is. Social media is not, and we're talking wildlife photography specific now, social media is not this fluffy thing where you put up images and people worship you because, oh my God, your images are so great. If that's the approach, and a lot of people out there, if you look at what's happening on social, that's what they do. They just want to get the adoration, the likes, the hearts, the comments. If that's your approach, you're missing the plot completely. Social media and the online world is about two things. Well, if we filter them all the way down, it is about you as a wildlife photographer. This is where it's about. You can either, and this is why people log on, you can either educate people or you can entertain them. That is at the end of the day why people go onto social media. Yeah, they want to be educated on, for example, what's happening in Paris, what happens in monopools, what are the new trips that Wildlife has out. Education, yes, or you can entertain them. Entertainment, and if you look at some of the top performers on Twitter worldwide and on Instagram as well, is comedians, because they entertain people in short bite-sized doses. So by entertainment from a wildlife photographer, what do? You share nice images, because that, for someone sitting in the US who sees, my God, this is a beautiful lion image, they've been entertained for this part of their day, and that makes them being able to carry on. Might sound fluffy, guarantee you this is how it works. Look at the amount of people who comment on wildlife images, even though they've never ever been to Africa. It's a bucket list item for them, and you are entertaining them by putting out your images. Makes sense? So, educate and entertain. If you don't do both, I think you're going to fall flat. Too many wildlife photographers out there will say, oh, but I'm entertaining people because I post all my good shots. Yes, but why are you posting your good shots? Because you want the likes for it. You want people to say, oh my God, you're so great. Oh my goodness, you have 200,000 followers, whatever the case is. It means nothing. The biggest thing with social media that you can go for is engagement. If you can engage people, it's all about the attention, guys. It's if I can hold someone's attention for 10 seconds while they watch a video clip, or for 2 minutes when they read a blog post, or for 5 seconds when they're scrolling through and they stop to look at my images, then you've got someone's attention. That's what it's about, is getting someone's attention. If you're just going to put out wildlife image after wildlife image after wildlife image after wildlife image after wildlife image, you see it gets boring. And there's so much of it, everybody's doing it. So Stefan, how to do it is you need to figure out what your end plan is. What do you want to get to? Do you just want the likes? Do you just want, oh my goodness, people love my images? Then it's cool, post your wildlife images. You mentioned selling prints. If you want to sell prints, if you sell me prints on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, time after time after time, I'm going to unfollow you because it feels spammy. And a lot of people on Instagram do this. You can check it out. They will say, they'll have their image and they'll just copy text. Prints available on my website, or go to my Facebook page with 500 hashtags. There's no originality in there. You're not going to have my attention for very long. If you teach people, show them your printing process, show you your process in the field, make them understand you and how you created this print, you've got a better chance of selling that thing because they believe in you and they haven't invested attention into that print. Does that make sense? Now, do you always post the same thing on various platforms? Hell no. The different platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, Snapchat, Google+, take your pick. Each of those have a very different psychology. The biggest mistake you can make, and so many people still do this, is you link your Twitter and your Facebook. Yeah? So if I post something on Twitter, it auto-posts onto Facebook and vice versa. They are very, very different. Twitter is a 140 character text-based platform. You can post images, but then if I post it across to Facebook, it's the same text, which is chopped off with an image, and vice versa. Twitter, for example, and Instagram, big on hashtags. Facebook, not so much. Okay, the DNA of the platforms is very different. If you look at why people go on Facebook, I go on Facebook to connect with friends and family overseas. Yeah, I go on Instagram to look at pretty pictures and to get inspiration. I go on Twitter to find out what's happening in the world. The psychology behind them is different. So you need to understand the content you create, the images you put out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is all different. And you need to take the time, see, it comes back to hard work, of creating the content for each platform. That's why some people win in this game and others don't. Because they'll create one image and share it across the board. Doesn't work. Hashtags, one of the questions. Hashtags also, people don't understand them. I mean, if you on your Instagram write, I took this image in the Sabi Sand Game Reserve, yeah? And you hashtag a full paragraph of 60 hashtags, you're missing the plot. Why? Because you're trying to get other people to share your image for you instead of backing yourself and betting on your strength as a wildlife photographer to get your work out there. Not going to work. Look at them, every single person. Check my website for prints, 15 hashtags. They tag everything from Nat Geo, they tag BBC, they tag da-da-da-da. You know what, guys, if Nat Geo wanted your image, they'll find you. Yeah, you keep on tagging them with your shitty wildlife images is not going to suddenly make them realize and say, oh my God, Gerry's been tagging us for the last 4 weeks. Let's feature his image. No. Get your own attention. Get the attention by adding value to the people looking at your stuff. Entertain them and educate them. That's where you're going to win. So, do you have to be on all of the platforms? Hell no, because it's a hell of a lot of work. It's a lot of work to post on Instagram 5 times a day, Twitter 2, 3, 4 times a day, and then on Facebook in between, and the content has to be different. And you know what the biggest thing is, Stefan, I'm going to leave you with this, is the one reason that I'm winning on social, why Marlon is winning on social, is not because of the content necessarily that goes out. Let me show you this. I don't know if you guys can see on here, right? I've got an app or a desktop application on here where I can look at my Instagram feed. You can't post from there because it's a mobile platform. I engage with people. If someone asks or comments, I try and get back to them. Do you have any idea how much time that takes? Yeah? Most people out there, wildlife photographers, they'll post an image and the only time they come back is to see how many likes they have. They don't engage worth shit, nothing. And that's where you're going to start buying the emotional equity of your database, your audience, and then you can sell them a print later on. It's about engaging. I'm on my phone, yeah, here. When I'm not busy with people, I'm here, posting, engaging, and that's what it takes to win in this world. You have to be authentic. You can't bullshit people. Be authentic and engage with them. Make them feel like you care. Engage with every single one. I had a post a couple of weeks ago on Instagram where I asked people, they know what I do, yeah? I run photographic safaris and I'm a private guide. And I asked them, what do you do? There was more than 200 comments. And you know what? I answered every single one of them. Good hour and a half, 2 hours worth of just typing on your phone, because that's what it takes to win in social media. It's, you know, most people struggle with social because they don't have content. They don't have enough images or stories and stuff to tell. Good Lord. Imagine any wildlife photographer who's been to the bush once or twice has proper images, great stories, images of the lodge, images of the sunset, images of your tracker. Those are all pieces of content you can put out there to start building awareness around you as a brand. That's gone full circle. Anything else, Marlon?
Awesome. My mind is actually blown.
Okay, Marlon's mind is blown. Follow him on Instagram as well. Phenomenal. If you want to see how it's done, quite honestly, look at my Instagram account, look at Marlon's Instagram account, because we hustle on there. You work, you engage. Half the time, I mean, if I could show you a picture of Marlon now, he's literally on his phone, putting content out or engaging. What are you doing?
Both. 2 in 1.
2 in 1. Putting content out and engaging with people. Social media is not your personal little pedestal where you make yourself look pretty. Most people think it is, but it's not. I think social media is about making a difference to people, adding value to their life, however short attention it might be, 2 seconds looking at an image, 5 minutes watching this video, and then entertaining and educating them through your story. Tell your story, tell it well, and you will get the following, which at the end of the day then, you can convert into sales or prints or safaris or whatever it might be. But again, it's hard work. Stefan, hope that helps. Hit me up on social if you have any questions. I'll answer them there for you. Right. My name is Gerry. I'm from Wild Eye. I will see you guys next time.